Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well. Welcome to this video and welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to learn how to solve and graph first degree inequalities. If you have not watched the video titled Solving First Degree Equations with Integers, Inverse Operation, or another video which is titled Transposition Method, I strongly suggest you to watch them first because I'm not going to explain those methods completely and I assume that you know how to solve equations, first degree equations. In fact, by the end of this video, you will be able to solve examples like these. There is really important rule here. If we multiply or divide both sides of an inequality by a negative value, we must change the direction of inequality. Okay, let's start solving examples. The first example here will be solved by the method inverse operations. Look, can I simplify both sides more? No, both of them are in the simplest form. I'm going to allocate this side for variables and this side for numbers. It means in this side, in the first side, I want only variables. So 5 here is extra. And on the other hand, minus 2x is extra. Okay, what am I supposed to do? I must remove it. But how? I must add this side by minus 5. Am I allowed to add only one side of inequality by something? No, I must do exactly the same with the second side. Now I want to remove this. What should I do? I must add this side by positive 2x and I have to do exactly the same with the first side. If I add the second equation with the first inequality, these two terms are going to cancel each other out. These two terms are going to cancel each other out. On the first side, I'm going to have 5x. The inequality sign is going to transfer directly, is less than or equal to 30. Okay, what should I do? I must make the coefficient of x 1. How am I supposed to do that? By dividing this side by 5. Am I allowed to divide only one side by 5? No, whatever I do with the first side, I must do exactly the same with the second side. These two are going to cancel each other out, and I'm going to have x is less than or equal 6. And because the 5 here is positive, the direction is not going to change. So x will be less than or equal to 6. Now I want to graph the answer. I will draw a one-dimensional axis and I'm going to set this point as the origin. We are going to have 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. The answer is x is equal or less than. Because we have equal, we must fill this circle, okay? If we do not have equal, we should not fill this circle. And less than 6 is here. For example, 5, 4, minus 10. So, we are going to draw this. And this is going to be our answer. We learned how to graph that, okay? Let's solve next example. I'm going to solve this example by transposition method. This side for variable, this side for number. Here 12 is extra because I do not want number here, so I must move it to the other side, but I need to change the sign. And I must move it to the first side. Okay, I have 5x. If I bring 8x here, it will turn to minus 8x. I have to change the sign. Minus 8x is less than, it does not have equal. 18 is here and minus 12 because I must change the sign. So here I'm going to have minus 3x is less than 6. Now I must make the coefficient of x1, but how? By dividing both sides by minus 3. Minus 3. This is the point that I was talking about. That when we are dividing by a negative number, we must change the direction. So less than will return to greater than. So we change the direction. Is greater than -2. So let's graph this answer. Because it does not have equal sign, it is only greater than 0, -1, -2, 1, 2, and so on. Because it does not have equal sign, this circle must not be filled, and it is greater than that. So it is gonna be like this. This is going to be the answer. Let's solve the next one first. We must get rid of this parenthesis. So I must multiply -2 to x and -10. And I'm going to solve this method again by transposition method. So I'm going to have -2x plus 20 minus 3x minus 26 is less than or equal to x plus 8. So let's see if I can add these two terms with each other and these two terms with each other because numbers are variables. So here I'm going to have -5x minus 6 is less than or equal to x plus 8. Now this side for variable and this side for number. So this one is extra here and this one is extra here. I'm going to move it to this side and this one to the other side by changing the sign. So -5x minus 2x is less than or equal 6 plus 8. So -7x is less than 14. I must make the coefficient of x1. How? By dividing by -7. -7, this is exactly the point that I was talking about. When you divide by a negative number, you must change the direction of inequality. So x will be greater than or equal -2. So less than is turned to greater than. Now I need to graph that. This is 0, -1, -2, 1, 2. Because we have equal sign here, the circle must be filled. It is greater than the -2. So this is going to be the answer. Here we have fraction. Can I simplify this side? Yes, as I told you in the video about solving equations with fractions, first I must get rid of mixed numbers. So I must convert it to fraction. So how am I supposed to do that? By multiplying the whole number to the denominator and add them to the numerator. So I'm going to have 3 here. 1 times 3, 3, plus 1, 4. 4 over 3x plus 2 over 5 is less than 1 over 3 minus 2 over 3x. I'm going to solve this one according to the method inverse operation. Okay, which element is extra here? I'm going to allocate this side for variable and this side for number. Do we have any extra term here? Yes, this one is extra because I do not want number here. So -2 over 5 and I'm not allowed to do only with one side. So I'm going to write it for both sides. And here this term is extra. So plus 2 over 3 x and here plus 2 over 3 x. If I add this equation with this inequality, these two terms are going to cancel each other out. And on the other hand, these two terms are going to cancel each other out. I'm going to have 4 over 3 plus 2 over 3. Because they have same denominator, we can add numerators. It's going to be 6 over 3x is less than, it's going to be transferred, is less than 1 over 3 minus 2 over 5. 6 over 3 will be equal to 2. So 2x. Here I must calculate common denominator, and I'm not going to explain that again because I expect you to know that the common denominator between 3 and 5 is 15. You can calculate it by calculating LCM or writing multiples. 3 is converted to 15, so I must multiply 1 to 5 and 2 to 3. So 2x is less than minus 1 over 15. Let me erase the board to make some space for myself. Okay, it was the last equation which was obtained. I must make the coefficient of x1. How? By dividing both sides by 2. Here I can write it as 1 over 2 by multiplying. So these two are going to cancel each other out because this is positive. The direction is not going to change. And on the other side, we are going to have minus 1 over 30. You may find this challenging to graph, but it is really easy. Minus 1 over 13 means we must divide between two units 0 and minus 1 into 30 units and name them. But approximately I'm going to tell you that this is going to be here, minus 1 over 13. And it does not have equal sign, so the circle must be empty, and it is less than that. So I'm going to draw that like this. And this is going to be our answer. In the next example, we have decimals. I'm going to solve this by transposition method. Personally, I prefer transposition method. So this side for variables, this side for numbers. Hello, you're extra here. Your variable, I don't want variable here. Go to the other side. We are going to have 0.5x. This comes to the first side, and the sign of that is going to change. Minus 125x is greater than or equal to 0.25 minus, the sign is going to change, 75. Okay, this is, if we subtract this, we in the first side we are going to have 0.75x greater than minus 1.5. Okay, I must make the coefficient of x1. How? By dividing it by minus 0.75 and here by minus 0.075 again. Because I'm dividing by a negative number, I should change the direction. So x less than or equal, look, greater than or equal, it has been converted to less than or equal. These two negatives will cancel each other out. I told you it's better to write it as the power of 10. So I'm going to write it 15 times 10 to the power of minus 1, 75 times 10 to the power of minus 2. Now you can simplify this. This can be up and it's going to be positive, and we are going to have 10 here. This is going to be 1. This is going to be 5. The final answer will be 2. So x is less than or equal to 2. Let's graph this answer. One-dimensional axis, 0. I'm going to call it 2. I skip the 1. It has equal sign, so the circle must be filled, and it's going to be like this. You can write all the other numbers on your graph. It's up to you. Here you can find more examples, and I strongly suggest you to solve them at home. If you wanted to share your answer, or if you had any question, please feel free to write them in the comment box. I will try to answer them as soon as it was possible for me. Thank you for watching this video.